Hey everybody, this is Lena, and you are watching another riveting episode of Lena's Life. Yeah. Um, Yesterday's episode didn't make it on the editing cutting floor because the audio was so horrible. I mean, I was sharing some of the stuff that I did up on the mountain when I went to go look at the scene of the accident and stuff. And the sound quality was just so bad. It was awful. It was awful. I couldn't even watch it. I was trying to listen to it. Hey Fifth World, nice to see you. We have very cloudy skies out today. It's very cold, and I wanted to go for a bike ride with my new bicycle, but I wasn't able to get out because it's just been so cold, and I was just so tired. I was so tired. Hi, Scott Sotella. Namaste to you too. And I was just I think it's just because of the toll of everything, taking place and all. Just my gosh, it's just been so much, from the controversies that we were a part of, my ex and I back in December, with Derek Rose, and then the attacks by another person. I mean, it was like kind of crazy. And then we started doing a lot of shows, and then then everything happened with my ex and I, and the rest is history, right? So but I just wanted to get on here and just talk a little bit. I'm going to reminisce a little bit. I'm going to go back in time a little bit, and I was going to share something that somebody had written to me in one of my videos recently, that really just kind of like reiterated the same thing that I'm dealing with, is this degree of like hurtful innuendo that people have to like throw at you. And it's just really, it's really kind of sad in a way.
You're both hurting it.
Because I just don't think it really has a place, in my life to have to deal with it. And that's one of the things that I've been trying to do, is trying to avoid controversy, avoid, negative speech, avoid hurtful conversation. And that's something that, for some reason, it just follows me. I'm like, I'm not attracting it. I'm not asking for it to follow me, but it's like, it won't let me go. Okay. So one of the things I was going to share with you guys at the very beginning here is something that happened this morning, that it just really, it was on my last video. And I addressed certain things in that last video. Hi there, Amy. Hi, Lena. Just woke up and was pleased to find you live. Yes, I'm live. I'm alive and I'm live. I got some good rest though. I slept like a baby in my bed. It was very nice to get some sleep. Gosh, this video is just like changed color all of a sudden. I look green. The color temperature is off. It's like, bring back flesh tones and color. I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to that stuff because I worked in TV. So I kind of have an idea of what to look for in quality of picture and stuff like that. But yeah, so I was able to get some good rest. One of the reasons that I spent the night at that hotel was over in Tucson was because I was literally tired. I was tired. I didn't want to drive. I stayed, till like 7-ish, 7:30, and I was just tired. So I just wanted to, make a day of it the next day and just hang out and stuff like that. So for me, the responsible thing was to get a room, and I did. And I don't even think the TV came on. And I did a video talking about my new car. Yeah, my new car. And so, yeah. But what happened here this afternoon was something that it just seems to always happen to me. I don't know if I'm a magnet for it. I don't know what in the world the deal is. But, okay. This person, I do not believe, I do not, and I might be wrong, but as far as I know, I do not believe that this person is actually related to me in any way. So I was going to share what they wrote. And they wrote something that was very, it's crude. It's crude. To say the least, it's crude. Hey, if you're reading this, it's your son, Micah Lopez. I do have a son. His name is Micah. Now, I don't believe that this is Micah. Could be wrong, but I don't believe so. I found out you had a YouTube channel a little while ago and watched like 3 videos. I missed the father figure that I had up until the age of 9. I'm 13 now and would like to wonder why you don't go back to who you used to be, the strong jib guy that I looked up to. I'm not picking a side, but would rather just have a dad all throughout my life. I don't want you to tell anyone about this, but just keep it private between you and me. Well, first of all, whoever this is, I don't know how you could keep this private. Oh, I'm terrible because it's the opposite. How does it go? I'm like, okay, I'm terrible. I don't know how you could keep that thing over there private when it's on my public YouTube page and it's out there for all the world to see. So Micah Lopez, if you were my son, I have always had the door open for you. I have always left my information available to you. I have always been heartbroken over losing you. So this person is obviously not my son, obviously not. But this is the kind of nonsense that's been taking place forever. It just, and they do it because they just want to like poke at you. It's not like you're already suffering enough for not seeing your children since they were like in that video, in that commentary. Micah hasn't been seen by me since he was 9. So yeah, it's hard, it's tough, it's rough, and it sucks, honestly. And it doesn't matter if you're transgender or not, the pain of losing children to anything, whether it be to like whatever situation, like say someone committed a terrible crime and they got put in jail for it for a long time and they weren't able to see their kids. You know, it's hard. It's hard no matter what happens. Hi, Blue Bottle Bunny Farm. It's always nice having you on. Thank you so much for coming on over to Lena's life right now. But it's just an extra cruel kind of person to put up something like that. Something like that is so inappropriate, is so like hurtful, is so like vindictive and spiteful that it takes a special kind of hatred to do. I can't try to do that. To do something like that, it takes a special kind of hatred, because I am a very emotional person and I get affected. You know, one of the biggest reasons that I have chosen to remain silent with regards to anything going on with anything that my ex is doing is because I don't want to engage. I don't want to connect myself to become invested in things that hurt people. You know, I mean, it's like there's this saying, and I found it on an old Facebook post that I had back in 2014 when I first transitioned. And it says, I'm trying to find it because I saw it earlier and I was like, wow. Yeah. So I'm going to share that and see what you guys think about that. This was definitely something that really resonated with me back then. And here we are in 2019 and it still resonates with me. So let me see, cancel and change source, stop sharing, share screen, application window, and Lopez, other. Okay, so this is an interesting saying. Keep people in your life that truly love you, motivate you, encourage you, inspire you, enhance you, and make you happy. And if you have people who do none of the above, let them go. Just let them go. It's no use. It's no use in engaging with people who are bent on your destruction. You know, I mean, they are bent in making you miserable. So if they don't love you, you know, and all they want to do is hurt you, don't. If they don't motivate you, if all they do is find reasons to discourage you, find reasons to find faults in you, find reasons to demean you, don't. If they're not encouraging you, if all that they do is spend their time in ways that they can like discourage you, you know. Hi Phoenix, so good to chat with you on the email. Thank you so much for your love and concern. I appreciate everything that you do. And ESC says you should call that out. People's kids are off limits, period. Speaking about your children is no one's right or obligation under the guise of revealing some truths about transgender females. It's true. That's just a sucker punch in the gut of a transgender female. So if they had a family, do you not think that they love these children? Do you think that they want to be this way just because they want to make their lives miserable? Do you think that if I was, a person that wasn't dealing with anything, that I would not just be with my family? That I would not be just loving on my kids? I don't know what people think. Honestly, I don't. But I do know that people are crazy and people are heartless. And in this age, in this day and age of social media, where people can just be anonymous keyboard warriors and they can like become my son, President Obama, President Trump, their kids are off limits. The daughters of the president, of our last president, you never heard anything about them because even the slimiest people wouldn't even dare touch the president's children. Yet here I am, a trans female, and I'm getting junk thrown at me. And it's not the first time. It's not. It's followed me. And that's why I decided to make this video, because it's the same old argument. It's like, it's like that whole, like, I wish that you could just remain the strong man that you used to be. Obviously, they're tapping on someone's gender dysphoria when they say that, and I really need a dad. Yeah, I really need a dad. So I just wish that you could just go back to being my dad. And it's like, my door has always been open to my children. Just because I wear some makeup and have my hair grow out longer, just because I like women's fashions and clothing, doesn't take away from the fact that I still am a parent to those children. And I'm not crazy. I'm not. So, and they should never be used. Anybody out there, you hateful people who think that you can make sport out of hurting trans people like that, shame on you. It takes a special kind of gutter to find people like you on this planet, because, it's just filthy. It's filthy. It really is. And somebody knows my child. Somebody knows that they're 13. So this is somebody who knows me. Somebody who is like a person that used to be my friend, maybe. A person who I used to be a friend of, and potentially a Christian person, it's really appalling. It really is. And it's sad, but that's the world that we live in, Phoenix, virtual hug buddies. That's great. I love you, girl. I hear the love you have for your children. They're caught in the middle and they should never have been put there. To choose which parent, I know it's wrong. Kids love everyone. They're taught to hate by haters, uneducated people. And Phoenix, honestly, this whole gender thing, it's really sad, and it's really unnecessary, and it's really pathetic. And Lynn, do you know who did this? No, I don't. I don't know who did it. But I don't like it when people come over to this channel and they find dirt on me to say stuff about me, and they report back to someone else. And whoever's doing that, it's really pathetic and it needs to stop. I will not say a hurtful thing about Maritza. I love Maritza. Maritza and I had married each other because we believed that we were twin flames, and I have nothing but good to say about Maritza. I have everything that I have in my education as far as nutrition goes, as far as like health goes. I owe it to Maritza. I owe it to who I married, which was Mark. You know, I do. But I mean, it's like, I really don't have anything bad to say. I don't. And if anyone's looking for dirt, just walk, because you're not going to get it from me. I'm not the same person that I was last summer when we got into this vitriolic shout match. I'm not that person. So whoever is doing this, just know that you're not going to win. There's no victory in what you're doing. And, you know, the truth is, love always wins. Love is greater. Love is so much more meaningful than hate and accusation. And so if it doesn't help enhance your life and it doesn't make you happy, and I know that people think, oh yes, trans women, these men, they only do things to make themselves happy. Well, I hope you're happy as you just annihilated your family, which I've heard. I've heard it. But the thing is, I didn't do that because I wanted to annihilate my family. I did it because I deal with gender dysphoria. Some might say that it doesn't exist, but there are a lot of people who would say something different. They would say, no, you do. Maritza brought you back, and that is a good thing that she did. Now she has to take care of herself, and I'm here for her also. And I appreciate you being there for Maritza. I can't be there because I don't want to involve myself with Maritza. She has her own life that she's going to be successful in doing whatever she needs to do. And I have my own life and my own future and, you know, my own wonderful, exciting, you know, destiny, you know, because you guys, whether you like me, or you hate me, whether you like me or hate me, here's the deal. I'm just me. And I don't really care if you like me. I don't. My life does not revolve around other people's opinions about me. You know, I mean, I'm just doing as best as I can do. You know, I'm just doing as best as I can do. And my decision to, like really just cut off communication with my ex is my own decision, because I know that for me, in order to move forward, I need to get past things, and I need to do that. That's what I need to do, and that's what I'm doing. You know, I don't regret, the times and the wonderful moments and everything. I don't regret that. But I'm not gonna think that I did something wrong, when I didn't. The situation was a very precarious one for me 4 years ago. And the very reason that, Christine, I've been told that by people that I need to take time off. And I'm not really interested in taking time off. I use a lot of, my vlogging as a diary and just a place for me to share my life. And if others don't like it, they don't have to watch, and I've left YouTube in the past, but I'm not gonna go away. One of the times someone was saying so many bad things about me that I ended up, just leaving YouTube and stuff like that. And I'm not afraid. I'm not going to let people win by, disappearing off of YouTube in some emotional hissy fit, because I'm not. I'm here to share and to talk about things that matter to me. And, I'm not going to do that, But here's what I am going to do. In the midst of everything, I wanted to share an article that my friend Jeanette gave me. And it was a very good article about, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, but they're called the 3 Gates of Speech. And basically, before you speak, let your words pass through 3 gates. At first, ask yourself, is it true? Okay, that's the first gate. At the second gate, ask, is it necessary? That's the second gate. Is it needful? And at the third gate, ask, is it kind? Is it kind? That's the third gate. And it's a saying by Rumi, and very, very interesting article. Very interesting. And basically, this version, this quote has been given different kinds of versions and stuff. But you might have your own expression or rough sentiment of it for yourself. And the article says, and my wife certainly uses the 3-gate test sometimes, but seeing it's being attributed to Rumi, I'm pretty sure it isn't really by Rumi or Abraham Lincoln or Buddha. It really brings home its failing to me. So is it true? Is it kind? 4-way tests that are basically similar include the Rotary 4-way test. Number 1, is it the truth? Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? I call it the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. And that was written by Herbert J. Taylor in the 1930s and promoted by Rotary International since the 40s. Or Sai Baba's 4-way test. Before you speak, ask yourself, is it kind? Is it a nice word? Is it something that's going to lift people up? Is it going to encourage someone? Is it going to call out the light in them? And then, is it true? I mean, are you speaking the truth in love? Does it improve on the silence? Now, is it necessary? Is it necessary to say, oh, but you don't know about so-and-so and what they did or didn't do and how they treated me, and like divulging all their bad characteristics and stuff? For what? Like, who's it going to benefit to rip on somebody, Now, Sai Baba of Shirdi was an Indian guru who died in 1918, somewhere around the age of 80. He was really pretty cagey about his early life, and Sai Baba is more a title than a name. He blended many traditional Muslim, Hindu, and Sufi elements together and has become quite influential. I can't say for certain if he really did say the quote attributed to him, and if so, when. But there is a little indication that he extensively studied English literature. So he's unlikely to have been either the origin of the ideas of Day or Pietzker, nor was he likely influenced by them. On the other hand, Sai Baba taught orally and rarely had people directly transcribing his words. It's entirely possible that the exact phrasing which Sai Baba teachings has morphed into before reaching print was influenced by some version of another of the English true, necessary, kind tradition. Or perhaps there is some common root version of the 3-gate test. So if you're not, so it's things like, for Rumi, if you're going to mess with speech at all, it should be beautiful from the heart, aware of its own imperfections rather than scrupulously careful. Rumi says things like, if you're not completely naked, wrap your beautiful robe of words around you and sleep. And sayings like, there's a tall tower that love builds, live there in silence. Or go up on the roof at night in the city of the soul. Let everyone climb their roofs and sing their notes, sing loud, So for me, using these things, Christine, was Tulena resentenced? She spoke at the time. Just listening up. Yeah, so I just think it's important to use your speech in a way that encourages others and doesn't hurt them, doesn't cause strife, anger, bitterness, jealousy, rage, anything like that to take place. And if you have problems with me being transgender, or if you have a problem with the transgender community as a whole, then that's understandable. Everybody's got their own way of life and belief systems and stuff. And I'm not going to tell you what to believe or not to believe. That's not my job. My job is to be honest, be kind, be compassionate, be loving, be accepting, and not judge, not judge. And if people choose to say things that I don't say bad things about them, because then it's like you become a pig in the mud pit as well. And what purpose is that? What purpose is there in wrestling in the mud with people? It just doesn't, it's not worth it. It's not worth your time. It's not worth the effort, and it really just hurts you in the end and does nothing to elevate you as a person. So, I just think it's very important, to say the truth, but if your truth is going to implicate somebody and call them out and hurt them, then I would say that you would be better off using those words in a way. Oh, you did look it up, and the gates are in fact Rumi. Oh, good. If a thought in your head does not pass these 3 gates, then it needs to go unsaid. Attacking others or naming their purported flaws serves no constructive purpose. And it really doesn't. It really doesn't. It doesn't help anybody to hurt other people. I mean, actually what does end up happening is you end up hurting yourself. You're the one who ends up getting hurt by the words that you use, because your own words will implicate you, and they will just, in the end, destroy you from the inside out. So regardless of how you feel, if you don't like what people are doing, I mean, you can talk to them privately. Facebook has a great app. It's called Messenger. And people can use that, Hi, Lena, have you found yourself lately? Well, see, this is a person that was very unkind to me in a comment. And Will Ray Percy said some really unkind things. I don't want to say anything unkind to you, Will, because I have, I mean, the comment that you're using right now is very sarcastic. So, for instance, hi, Lena, have you found yourself lately? What do you specifically, do I seem to be lost? Am I lost? Is that what it is? Am I just a lost soul? I mean, I would love to chat. You can call me if you'd like to. You can call me. Area code 575-519-5930. You can call me and we can talk about it, you know, because coming in here and just being that way and saying that, it's like, can anyone ask Will to kind of describe what he's discussing here? Because he's left other comments that were very derogatory towards me. And Carrie says, makes me sad to see someone hurting you like this. You don't deserve this at all. You don't deserve to have someone go back and report crap. This all hurts my heart for you. And, you know, I really, again, as I told someone on the phone this morning, I said, I have no stomach, no stomach for destructive speech and accusation and mudslinging. You know, people want to throw mud, you know, they are welcome to throw mud, but I'm not going to join you. You're going to get bored. You know, Will, you're going to get bored throwing mud at me. I'm not going to throw it back at you. I don't know you. You don't know me. Yeah. And Leslie, honestly, you're the person actually that had said something last year and you were very derogatory towards me. And I found out again that the same thing is happening. So I have nothing to say bad about Mark, Maritza. So if you're here wanting to find information, I have none for you. None at all. So I don't like backbiting people that come and then they purport to be my friend and then they call me a man on someone else's channel. That's not going to happen here. Not this year, Leslie. So if you want to be my friend, I welcome you as my friend. But if you want to be a spy, I don't want spies. Okay? I just don't. So, I mean, I'm not here for drama, not here for that. So, as a matter of fact, she said it, can you just ban Leslie from my channel, please? Because I don't trust her and I don't want her around me. Just don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Leslie said some really tough things to me last year, and they were very hurtful. So is she banned? She said it. She can just stay over at Maritza's channel because I don't. This is Lena's life, not anyone else. So leave or we will deal with you and report you. This is not about hate. How old are we? I'm almost 60. I'm telling you. I'm just like, I don't want it. I don't. That's why I don't want to talk about the other stuff. But I did want to, you know, kind of share a little bit about what has been happening ever since I transitioned. Honestly, it's really crazy, you know. It's just been like one thing after another, and it's just really, really sad, you know. It's really sad. You know, that people want to waste your time, and, you know, they want to just hurt your feelings and make you feel like crap. And I don't want to feel like crap, you know, not interested in feeling like crap. I felt like crap by people for a long time, you know, like when I first transitioned. Oh, you guys, the crap I got, it was just like, you guys don't, it was like, on the one hand, I'm going to share with you guys my very first post. So I'm going to go back in time to February 14th. Okay, so I can be, I'm the only one who can ban somebody. Okay. So I will ban this person because it just don't need it. Just don't need it. Let's see. And definitely just ban Will Ray as well. User. I don't know if I could see Leslie. So if you guys see Leslie, I'm sure she's going to talk bad about me. Please just don't let me know what she's saying. I honestly don't want to know. I really don't. Just be you and live your life. Forget about the naysayers, the backstabbers, hurtful people. You're above that now in time. It's time for you to just be. Product of reading, reflecting therapy, growth from mistakes made, trying to learn from other religions, cultures, walking a mile on someone else's moccasins, Native American guidance. Like totally Phoenix, Scott says. I'm sorry that I'm not giving you guys any wisdom, you know, but I just try to keep things real here, and not that wisdom isn't real, but it's just, you know, something that ESC is my good friend. She is a person that I have grown to really love and admire, and she is the sweetest thing. I am so grateful for her. You are blooming today. Good night sleep shows. Well, I mean, I did a little rearranging. I put the two, let me show you a second. Maybe I could take this thing on the road with me. It's a big laptop, but let me show you. It's a little dark in here, but so I got rid of the couch. I moved it from there, and then I put it over here, and there's just one couch there now. And then I took the thing that was hanging, you know, on the wall over there on the other side, and I just draped it over my futon. So it's all good. So let me see. I use a cardboard box to elevate the camera. I think I'm gonna get a webcam because I don't know. Not now, but in the future, I'll get a webcam. I just enjoy your energy. That is enough wisdom for me. I do too. I'm so excited just to have this energy, you know, and just to be able to share, and just to be able to speak my heart out, you know, and just to be heard and stuff. So it's really cool. You are the focus of this wisdom. So I think wisdom is something that is seen and not bragged about or spoken about. I mean, if someone is wise, they don't really consider themselves wise. They just speak. And if someone considers the words that they're using as wise, and that a series of those events and moments happen, then a person gets placed into that category. But nobody's no one like self anoints themselves as, oh, the wise one, looks good. Thank you, Carrie. I like it. Thank you, Phoenix. I learned much from my Nez Perce friend about walking softly through life, not to disturb Mother Earth. Leave just light footprints. Yeah, that's a really good way. The native way was really the best way, honestly. The European Christian way was like, in Spanish we say a la cañona, which means, just like taking it by bull by the horns and just dragging people through. The native way was so gentle. Hi, Chaser. Thank you for coming in. Kim, my TRC friend, we have to visit. I have to go up and over the mountain again and go see you. That would be so cool. So ESC, I am North Cheyenne. I also walk that path. It is a good one home. Awesome. So yeah, I wanted to go back in time to a time in my life when things got really crazy. And I think Amy Ferguson, my friend here, Rose of my heart, I think says, she's been following me for a very long time. So she would understand what it is that I've been dealing with. Well, okay, so this was back in 2014. I had posted this picture up and I had written something on it. Oh, did this just go? Jeepers. So then I have to change what I'm sharing? No. So then I had been transitioned at that time, where you see that coming out thing, in November of 2013 is when I started taking hormones and stuff. And I basically was living incognito. So I had like my part of my closet was guy stuff and the other part was girl stuff. And I would like live, my life as a trans woman. And then if I had to go work, I would go work and be a male, working, because that was how I had to do it. Didn't have a choice. So back then, I didn't really expect to come out as early as I did. I was trying to straddle it and figure out what was best, because I knew that when I did share my truth, that I would never be hired again by any Christians, because, well, they're not going to hire a trans person. I don't think, anyway. Maybe these days, I don't know. And by the way, I am going to church tomorrow. My friend Rebecca didn't invite me, but I'm probably going to go back. I like the worship and stuff. I like singing, and it's just a good social thing to do and meet people and stuff like that. And then after that, I'm going to go to my friend Jennifer's restaurant at Adobe Springs Cafe. I'm going to have some of those wheat pancakes. Yes, so good. So so back then, I was just at a crossroads, because I had posted something on my Nike app. I was an avid runner back then. And I had decided to change my profile to Lena. And I did that. But I wasn't aware, or I had no idea that by doing so, that would, oh my gosh, that opened the floodgates. So I got a phone call, I got a phone call from my sister, and she goes, I just wanted to give you a heads up that people are going to find out or have found out about you, that you're transgender. And I just want to let you know that the family is in on your secret. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot. I had like family members that were a part of that Nike app thing, right? Only a couple, but the couple found out, and then they went clicked on the profile and they go, huh? What's that? What's that name? And so I got found out. And before things were to get worse, I just decided I'm going to, I am really going to do this on my own terms. I don't want people to find out, and this is the stuff we deal with, I mean, this is the stuff of life. So I decided that I was going to come out. So without further ado, this was what I wrote back then. And I wrote, well, everyone, after months of contemplating and considering how I am now going to let you all know what has happened to me. I, friends, am transgender. Have been since my earliest recollections. I've hidden it away for decades, a lifetime, but it is my truth. I am tired. I am tired of living a lie. I would never say that my marriage was that, or that I would ever venture to say that I shouldn't have had kids. God forbid, no. Some of you will laugh, others will ridicule. Others of you may feel really hurt and deceived. To you all I say that I am so sorry that I was never forthright, never able to be honest with anyone ever about this. I have prayed it away, confessed it. I have fasted it. I was raised in a godly home and with a godly parents who are not to blame for this. Oh my gosh, this keeps on doing that. Who are not to be blamed for this. My issues have nothing to do with sinful indulgence or selfish gain. I have honestly come to understand that God created me and made me unique and different. And I'm grateful to that, to him for that. I was just made differently than you. I was given a female brain and a male body. Controversially, you might say, deceived am I? Well, I hope that in time those that view this reality through the lens of sin would be compassionate and loving enough to allow for a little more space for something known as biological causes. Stuff happens that's not in my control or anyone else's. God allows these things to happen, and I'm not going to stand by and be sent to hell in a handbasket just because my brain identifies as female. I'm sorry if I've offended any of you. It was never my intention. I hope to remain friends with all that wish to be a part of my life. I love all of you, and I pray that God would give us all the grace to understand the truth. My family is obviously devastated by this news. My wife has been so incredibly long-suffering and patient and forgiving. She's a wonderful and amazing woman. God would not have blessed me with a better woman. If I was normal, I would live a wonderful and happy life with my college sweetheart. She is the best, truly, but me. I have known this issue was prevalent in my life from an early age, and I have banned myself to my own personal secrecy. This was never going to be known, not by anyone, not a living soul. I married and had five amazing, wonderful, and loving kids, by the way. but what remained was my reality. It's now gotten to the point where I have been clinically diagnosed with gender dysphoria by 2 different psychologists. I have been to counseling sessions recommended by my local church, but still the fact remains I am transgender. It has recently caused me to lose the client that I came back to Nashville to work for. They have been a wonderful group of not only colleagues, but some of the best friends that I have in Nashville. They have seen my family grow up before them, and they are sincerely hurt, saddened, and distraught over all of this. I do apologize to all mom, sister, family, friends, colleagues, casual acquaintances. My heart breaks to know that you are disappointed in me. I apologize to my wife of 16 years for not being the man or husband that I know I was supposed to be. I couldn't, honey, but I still love you, and I always will. I apologize to my kids, 5 of you, all 5 of you who grew up under my care or lack of fathering. I love you, and I always will. You mean more to me than words could ever express. And I promise to be your parent and love you for life. I know that your mom and I love you always and forever. I stand before you broken and in tears as I write this. This is the hardest thing that I have ever done. My life will never be the same after I press post. Everything will change. People will email me. Lots of condemnation will come my way. Some will love me through it. But in the end, I need to be true to who I believe God truly made me to be, a woman who happened to be born into a male body. May God richly bless all of you. And I pray that we can still find a way to be friends. And that was what I said. That was what I said. And I faced the wrath of Christians for saying that. You know, at first people were very congratulatory. I had friends like saying, "You're my friend and I love you. You're courageous, awesome, one of the nicest people I've ever known, and a heck of a camera op. God bless." Another guy I told, actually I was in Tucson, on my way to Tucson. This is so random. My friend Jay and I had a job for what was it, ESPN. We were doing college basketball, and I came out to my friend Jay, and Jay was very complimentary at first, but Jay's not my friend any longer. He used to always use the term onward and upward. You know, other people would be like, "No judgment here. Keep your head high through all of this," you know. But that was the same person who said, "You know what? We really like, my wife and I really like watching your Linus Life blogs because they're like the best kind of reality TV." You know, I'm like, okay. And my recently deceased friend, Brian, who died of cancer not too long ago, he said, "I am here for you always." 5 years ago, and within a year, Brian wouldn't talk to me, just wouldn't. And then a very kind post that someone made was one where they said, "Mind blown, but seriously, I know it's been a long time since we've talked, but I've known you to be a conscientious, caring, and genuine person." Okay, that's one thing I want people to know. I have always been a very kind, caring, and genuine person. Regardless of whether I transitioned or not, I was always a kind heart, you know. And my friend Tim said, "No part of that changes. This post must have taken an unfathomable amount of courage that I don't believe I will ever be able to possess, and I commend you and envy you for that. I'm glad that you've been able to lift this weight from you, and I hope that it makes you happy. You remain an amazing person. Don't let anyone make you think otherwise." And that's the stuff, you know, that's the stuff of life, you know. That's the stuff of life. I'm just going to get back to some of these comments. I too, what was that? Just a quick hi. Gotta scoot. Hugs. You have my text number and email. Addie and FB page. Later, Tater. Tot. Be happy. ESC. I was given an eagle feather by my Nez Perce friend and knew what an honor that was. A symbol of the Great Spirit, who is above all and from whom all strength and power flows. Interesting. And Chaser says, I am Cherokee, Cree, Amazonian / African American. Wow. Hey, Phoenix, we got moving cups on tables last 3 weeks in Mom's room. Move in front of both of us. Ashes in same room. Wow, Chaser, how dark are you, if I can ask that question? Oh, more native coming to surface, Phoenix, I am. I think coffee. Phoenix, my grandmother was Sue, and she bleached and whitened her skin because of hate and bigotry. It's so sad, you know. My mom was on a recent trip. Oh, and y'all, she came back. She got baptized in the River Jordan, which was something she had always wanted to do, you know, and she got to do it. But she went with my aunt, who's a bit a stronger personality and stuff. And my mom was just talking about how, you know, she is just a person that will let people say whatever they want. She's not gonna argue a point with them. So I tend to be more like my mom in that sense, you know. Scott Minnie did. I was picked on until they found out I fought back. Native girl in a cowboy town. ESC, I've learned from the big heart of my friend. She raised her son to love grass dancing, and she has the traditional dance regalia of her mother. She is 20 years younger and a wise old soul. Nice, Chaser. Enjoy your dinner. My mother was put in the ground in an elk tooth dress. It was beautiful. I want to be burnt or thrown to the wolves would be great. Or feed me the birds, either way. Okay. Phoenix, she was beautiful, and it made me so sad to watch her put white makeup on. She looks so sad. I'm from the UK, very white. Yeah. Full-blood grandfather and a planted white grandmother bride. Thanks, man of letters, for this one. Lena, thanks for sharing your story. It isn't easy. So easy to demonize you as a transgender female, crazy, demented person when someone looks past the stereotypes and listens to your heart. You know, I know that there are those that are crazy. I mean, I'm not going to say that there are not, because they do exist. But I'm just me, and I'm not crazy. I've, you know, I'm not. I'm just me. And I share from my heart, and I speak from my heart, and I've always been that way. So you can't categorize people. You know, you just can't. It's not fair to categorize people. I have to change the color temperature. It's like, come on. It's like, no, that's too blue. The cameras here aren't that great. But yeah, you can't put everyone in a one box fits all. I mean, that's just not right. And I've learned that doing that doesn't help anything. You know, it may give you, you know, the feeling that you figured it out and everything, but everybody's an individual. And, you know, all you figured out was that you figured out what works for you. You figured out what you want to understand, what you want to believe. You figured out the truth as it pertains to you. Love to all. Gotta walk my dog, Jake. He's whining to go out. Awesome. I was considering getting a dog. I'm not sure if I want. I mean, I want one, I do. And I know I'll walk with them and stuff, but I like going places and stuff. Can someone give me some advice, a dog owner, as to like if you like to travel a little bit? I mean, I'm not gone for a long time, you know. I'm not like gonna be gone like for a week at a time, but if I go overnight or something, I mean, would it be safe to leave the dog or do I bring the dog with me? I don't know how that works. So I never thought you were crazy. I never judged you. Always admired your spirit and humor. Um, I got, upset one time when I did a video. I don't know if you remember Rose of My Heart, where I came back and my trans roommate had left the place and left it in a shambles. And yeah, I was really, really, really hard. I don't see crazy at all. I'm not. I'm not. And I know that stereotypes serve no purpose. They really don't. You know. ESC, I love your spirit also. We're almost there, my new friend. Yes, ESC is a wonderful, wonderful woman. And she has taught me a lot, you know. As a socialized male person that I was born as, I didn't have the understandings of like relational and, vulnerabilities and making yourself available and all that. I was taught you really need to like not depend on anybody. You need to be your own what man, So I was taught to be independent and to not rely. So my initial thought, okay, this was crazy. I know it's crazy. Now it is. But my initial thought was when when I was told that I could pick up my car in Bowie, Arizona, which is 90 miles away. Okay. I initially thought that I could just make a day trip or 2-day trip out of it and ride my new bike out there and pick up my car, stick my bike in there and head back. And, I thought, this is the option. I don't have anybody to take me. I'm not going to ask Em to take me. I mean, so I ran it past my friend ESC. And she said, girl, that's not a good idea. And I'm like, what do you mean? That's what I need to do. I've already made plans. And she goes, you need to ask your friend Rebecca. And I go, I don't know. She's busy. She's a mom. I don't want to impose. And my friend ESC said, Lena, trust me. You were not socialized a female, so you don't understand all these nuances. But women like to help each other. We're not independent like Lone Rangers. And I was like, oh, okay. And so she gave me the advice and told me, ask her, just see, just put it in a way that you're not like telling her that you need her or something, but just say that you have options, that you're considering, different things, but that it would be a great opportunity for us to be able to bond and talk and share and, get to know each other and everything. And sure enough, ESC, my wise woman friend, was absolutely spot on, because my friend said, I would love to go. Yes, thank you for asking me, Lena. I'll ask my mom, see if she can babysit the kids, and we can go out for lunch and we can talk. And I was like, wow, that worked. And ESC even told me, and if she says no, if she says no, then you know, she's going to feel bad. And that's when you want to say, hey, let's get together next week and I'll, you know, for lunch or something, and we can chat then. But thank you so much, you know, for considering it, you know, and not make her feel bad. Because I love that nurturing spirit of women, that they just like, they want to help each other. They want to make each other's lives better. And guys aren't like that necessarily. I mean, if a guy sees that another guy's struggling, they want to help him out, you know, but it's not like they're looking for that opportunity. It's like, it's almost like women are like looking for the opportunity. Get the dogs. If you get a little dog, you can take them with you. Get the dog. Stop thinking about all the problems. Get yourself a nice, loving dog to take with you on your adventures. Please don't get a purse dog. Sorry for this. I like a big dog, so get a medium one. You know, I love like huskies, like a medium-sized husky, a golden, um, gosh, my sister used to have a Pomeranian, so I kind of am partial to those. But that's a purse dog, right? Is that a purse dog? And a border collie, but last time I had one, his name was Shadow. He dug so many holes in the background, in the backyard, that I haven't had a dog ever since. So, a purse dog. LOL, a purse dog. My dog thinks he's huge. So what kind of dog do you have, everyone? What I know that ESC has a black Labrador. Adorable, cute guy. Hair is off chart with huskies and Malamute. Oh, so they shed a lot, huskies do? I'm just, you know, I'm going to look up the Carvana of dogs and see if I can find the perfect dog. Hilarious. I call my neighbor's dog the purse. She carries it and it snaps at people. It has not been socialized well. Me too. Yes, that is a purse dog. I will call you Paris Hilton. A Jack Russell. Jack Russell Terrier. I just want, you know, a companion, you know? I mean, at this point in time, if I never get into another romantic relationship, I'm good. I'm good. You know, not really looking for it because it's like, it's so much work. You know, I've rescued a rescue Yorkie. I have had dogs of all sizes. So how about a golden? Do they shed a lot? Something medium. She is 17. That's like, what's her name? Methuselah? That's old for a dog. Wow. Congratulations. You need laid back. They retire service dogs and they have wonderful comportment. Yes, I do need laid back. You are absolutely right. Yet again, another wise word from my wise friend, you know, ESC. So, not a poodle. Not a poodle fan. Get a golden doodle. I have a pit bull, Saint Bernard, say, I love you, mama. I love mama. Obama got a dog for the girls that was non-allergenic. Oh yeah, those water dogs. Super expensive, I think. Get a golden doodle. Oh, so that's a doodle, a poodle and a golden. Okay, gotcha. Doodle dogs are great. Not a border collie. Not a German shepherd. Not a pit bull. Not a Chihuahua. Yeah. I'm still debating though, because I do like to just randomly take off. And what happens if they have to poop? Do they poop in the car? Do they wait? I don't know. I'm just, it's like I want a companion, because I know I'll walk with them or her. I'll take them hiking with me. I'll snuggle, watch a movie. I'm just kind of at a loss. Doodles are great. Poodles are extremely smart, and the golden is a beautiful temperament. Nice. We have a dog park close by, so definitely could, I don't know, maybe walk down to a dog park and chat with people. And how about a mutt? You have to spend time with them first, though. I'm a mutt. I feel like I'm a mutt. I'm a mutt. So yeah. But I was just you can train them to go in your bathtub. I've seen people do this. Interesting. Interesting. So I guess I shared enough of that for negative stuff. It follows me and I don't want it to follow me. So that's why I'm like, I don't want to be attracting to negativity. The dogs poops in the dog pooping area in the rest stops. Okay. And you put the baggie on your hand and pick it up. I think you can manage it. Oh yeah. No big deal. No big deal. But how do you know when they gotta go? It's like, you gotta go? You gotta go? Oh no, you don't? Okay. 5 minutes down the road. You gotta go, you gotta go? Oh, you don't gotta go? Okay. So I was gonna share one article, and it's really interesting that I found. And it's by a Christian guy. Oh wait, somebody said, a large dog can hold their business longer than little dogs. Interesting. Okay. So the article is titled, God is not a straight dude. He's not a straight dude. And it's by this LGBT-friendly pastor named John Pavlovitz. And it says, God is not a dude. God is not a man. Growing up, I was taught that he, quote unquote, most certainly was all those things. And it has taken decades to comprehend how toxic and dangerous and limiting an idea that was, and to have God right-sized in my head, imagining God as male, first creating a man, out of which was created a woman, not only justifies all sorts of misogyny and sexism, both inside and outside the church, but it gives license to all manner of ignorance regarding the breadth of gender identity and sexual orientation that actually exists. So much of the fear-fueled violence Christians have generated toward LGBTQ human beings for centuries comes from limiting stories we've been told ourselves. A Christian reader, incensed at my support for transgender human beings, recently left this comment on my blog, one of many variations on this theme. John, God knew what he was doing. He created people either male or female. That old gay talking point of gender fluidity is so tired. Yet that old tired gay talking point that Christians can't stand, the one from the Bible, it says that all people are made in God's image. Genesis's creation story, the one these folks fervently cling to and defend to the death as literal and binding, quotes God as saying, let us make mankind in our image in our likeness. Genesis 1:26. Humans are all made in the image of a God who defines themselves in the act of creation in plurality. Some biblical scholars contend this declaration of God as us is actually a Trinitarian conversation. God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit talking to one another for some unstated reason. Others point to constraints in the translation from Hebrew to Greek that demands a plural pronoun, a sort of royal we. But even if one accepts one of these explanations as suitable for the word used, there is still a question to answer. Is the God of the Bible, maker of humanity, simply male or female? If only male, then women couldn't truly be made in the image of God. And if solely female, then men couldn't. The only way every disparate human being could be made in the image of God, if we're using the same biblical homophobic, transphobic Bible that Christians use, is if God both transcends and encompasses gender. If God is both male and female, and neither male nor female, then this God, to quote my reader, is a tired gay talking point, quote unquote. The truth is, even though the Bible appears on the surface to reflect a limited and binary understanding of human sexuality befitting its ancient Genesis, it uses images of and language for God that are not strictly male. Isaiah 49:15 says, "Can a woman forget her nursing child, or show no compassion for the child of her womb? Even these may forget, yet I will not forget you." Or what about Isaiah 66:13? "As a mother comforts her child, so I will comfort you, and you will be comforted over Jerusalem." Psalm 131:2. "But I have calmed and quieted myself. I am like a weaned child with its mother. Like a weaned child, I am content." David speaking of God. Matthew 23:37. "Jerusalem, Jerusalem, who kill the prophets, you who kill the prophets and stone those sent to you, how often I have longed to gather your children under, as a hen gathers her chicks under her wings, and you were not willing." Jesus. Ruach, the name for the Spirit of God in the original Old Testament, Hebrew, is, guess what? It's feminine. It's feminine, interestingly. The femininity of God is everywhere. Divinity is the transcending of one gender. And I know that for many Christians, reading this, these words feel confrontational, provocative, and quite blasphemous. If you're among them, that may be an alarm that you're fearing something you know rings true and is challenging the lens you've looked at God and other people through for your entire life. I get how terrifying such an existential crisis can be, and the idea worth entertaining, because ultimately, understanding God as a heterosexual man, it really shrinks God into something comfortable, something easily managed, and something far too small to be God, if we're honest with ourselves. If we really believe God made every human being who has ever walked the planet, and that each of these people bears the DNA of their creator, there's simply no way this God could simply be male or cisgender heterosexual. Maybe this whole gender identity and sexual orientation thing is a little more complex and expansive than we can glean from a 4,000-year-old poem. And maybe, just maybe, we should stop using it to destroy other people. Maybe rather than shrinking God, maybe we need to release God from that confining space inside our heads. And as difficult as it is, maybe, we should expand our very image of God in a way that argues with our learned theology. Because if we do, it might make us far more willing to treat the diversity of humanity that crosses our paths every single day with the reverence and respect each one of them deserves as made by God. I think that's a very good article. So with regards to dogs, yes, see, the dog poops in the pooping area. Okay, he poops about 2 times a day. You get used to their times. Just get shots and worm it. They tell you they have to go. You will learn. To me, God is unknowable. And I leave it right there. I am thankful for my life that was given to me. And I wait with a loving heart to find out what is next for me. I like that. Get up extra early to walk your puppy. Praise the puppy every time he or she pees and poos while you walk. At home, every time you see puppy circling with nose to the ground, get him outside quick. You cannot know what or who or anything about this God, because to me, then it would not be a God. Unknowable. I am fine with this. May my God go in peace. I'm late to the party. Greetings, loving people. Hi, Patricia. Thank you for coming on over. Yes, it does, says Lisa Prof. Hey, Patricia, how's the day? I was taught to release God. I was taught to love God and set God free. And with a lot of studying, it is written this way also. Patricia, it's been a very pleasant day. I hope you're feeling much better, Phoenix. Less itchy things. Don't put God in a box. And that's what many people do. They put God in a box. You know, it's nicely packaged. It's perfect. It's like the perfect size. It fits inside your cubby. It's perfect. It's the design a God box, you know, and for many in this Western world, many of their gods are men, you know, because men are the ones that rule the world. So obviously, men would be the ones to have the God look like them. Patricia knows exactly what to do with the dog training. Right on. I feel God is in a box and we keep God trapped. But my thoughts. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. That's good, because I think God is trapped. You know, we trap God. We place him in this nice, pre-constructed, you know, edifice of sacredness that we hold for God. My Labradoodle has never peed or pooed in the house ever. Maybe that's what I should get, a Labradoodle. Our pipe here is female. Bible and male God brought here. Yeah, so just a little food for thought, you know. There has to be more than what we've been told, you know. There is more. And I'm at a place where I'm welcoming my old traditional kind of like understanding of the awesomeness of a creator and the magnitude of his power and his glory and his strength and his wisdom and his love, you know, or her love. And I'm working through it, but the spirit of God or goddess is more ethereal and hugs us. I don't think of a shape or form in our traditional sense. Yeah, that's good. It's like this encompassing love connection, like a womb that we climb back into, you know, a place of rest and safety you know, it's just a beautiful place to be. So yeah. Well, it's been an hour and 30 minutes. I'm gonna bolt, but thank you guys so much for listening to me share. Again, I just want everyone to know that I have nothing against my spouse. I don't believe in what they're speaking about, but they have every right to speak it because they are an individual, and individuals have rights to speak. It's called freedom of speech. And I have mine, and she has hers, and, you know, life is good. Life is good. And again, if you don't like what I have to say, you don't have to watch. Don't torture yourself. I literally felt very strongly about removing Leslie from the channel because I just think that she's the kind of person I was talking about. So I'm sure you're going to find derogatory things said about me, and probably call me a man again, and blah, 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 and all this hateful anti-trans rhetoric and everything. And that's all good, but please, 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 I beg you, please don't let me know. I don't want to look. I don't want to hear. I don't want to read. I don't want to drop myself into that. Jake is what? Hi, Patricia. All right. Nice. Well, I was just gonna leave, but Scott, I wanted to ask you about owning a dog. We were talking about, you know, options and stuff like that, and how to know when they need to go poop and when they need to pee and stuff. I would just like to pick the brains of some of you longtime dog owners, just to be able to, I guess, gauge whether I'm ready for it. I don't know if I'm ready yet. Maybe I'll give myself a couple of months, think about it, and come up with a plan, because I don't want to be by myself, but just a baby. I don't think I'm gonna get a cat though, because I can't walk a cat. I can't do stuff with a cat. All they do is sit around in the house, and I like to get out. So it's probably gonna be a dog. So I guess I will. Much love. Thanks for the talk. Much love. If you do not go into the crap, then you cannot read it. Go dance with your newfound freedom of your spirit, girl. Thank you. Scott brought donuts. I'm in love now. Oh yes. Scott, you brought donuts? Well, they're vegan. So yeah. I think I'm gonna take a shower, go to bed early again, because I get sleepy, get tired. So thanks you guys again, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for, being a part of my life. Thank you so much for, listening, offering advice, helping me grow as a person. And I like what we did on the Real Talk with the Cummings show was great. I love to be able to help people, but that time is over. This time is now, and I do wish my ex all the best and many blessings. Music is good for the soul, so go relax, go good night, big kiss. Okay. Bye. Love you guys.